Hi everybody, Jessie here from jessiebanks.com and welcome to my January 2021 bullet journal setup. So I am using my Archer and Olive. This is the Scorpio bullet journal I bought last year. Just flipping through my initial setup, I didn't film any of that. And we're going to jump into January. So this will be my cover page, and I'm going to start by lightening all of my pencil marks up from doodling this out on the couch. And I am using the new to me, the Miya Himi gouache. I bought that big 56 bucket of jelly gouaches, and I wanted to play with them, and I decided that I would test them in my bullet journal as the first place to start. So I drew out this little moth, butterfly, whatever you want to call it, and I am painting it up with my jelly gouaches. I mixed up this nice light peachy pinky color that I'm going to fill in all of the center pieces with. I don't even know offhand what colors they were I mixed. I was just playing with them for fun, but this was a blast, and I really like the way the gouache worked out in the journal and how it all came together. So I've sped this up by a ton. I wish I could paint this fast. Could you imagine how fast things would go if you could paint this fast? It would be kind of wonderful. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm filling all of these in with that peachy color, and then I do a cream and a navy as well. This was really fun. I've never used a lot of paint in my bullet journals before. I've been doing this for a couple of years now. I filmed the odd plan with me here and there, but I thought it would be fun to do one for January 2021. Let's cross our fingers and hope this year's better, because that's what I'm doing. But I really had a blast painting this up, and I kind of enjoyed filming it. There was like hours of footage, but everything sped up fairly fast. I keep my bullet journal relatively simple. I don't do all of the mood trackers and all that kind of stuff in my monthly layouts because I never fill them out. So I keep mine relatively simple. I like to do a really pretty cover page, and then I do the big calendar, and then I have the weekly spreads basically, and I always throw a brain dump page in there so that I can just kind of write whatever I want, but you'll see that as we're getting to it. See, I'm working with that cream color now on the stripes of the body, and now I'm coming in with that navy, and I'm going to outline all of the wings with the navy in between all of the peach and around the outside and all of that fun stuff. Adding a little bit of water, this stuff flowed really, really nice on my brush. I can't speak to the light fastness of it. I can't even say if I really like it yet or not. It was great for this. This is the only project I've done with it so far. So, as for my opinions, I have none. At least not yet. So we're going to get all of that filled in with the navy blue. As for the Archer and Olive bullet journal, this is the second one I've used for bullet journaling. I do have one that I use for all of my recipes and stuff upstairs. It's one of the craft ones, so I write out all of my cookie recipes and all sorts of things that I like to bake and make on the regular in that one. I really enjoy these books. They hold up really well. I find them super durable. I throw them in my bag. I don't have an issue. I find the paper really nice. I've thrown watercolors on them before. Again, not a lot because I haven't done a lot of painting in my bullet journals as of yet. But with the fun I had with this one, there'll be more. There'll definitely be more. Just going through and adding some dots and things. But the Archer and Olive paper is great. I really like this bullet journal. The pages aren't numbered. That doesn't bother me. It doesn't have an index page in it, which was something I never bothered to use anyway. So that didn't really bother me. I get like no ghosting or bleed through or anything like that. So here I'm going to cut the page on either side of the wings, and then cut out the wings and do a little Dutch door action here. I always like watching those in other people's bullet journals, but I never really do them in my own because they're kind of a pain in the butt. But they look really cute when they're done. Like there's the little Dutch door, and then I'm going to add a little pink stripe to match the wings, and that will be where just a little calendar will sit next to that. I am going to do something in behind the Dutch door. I haven't quite decided what, if I'm just going to do some more doodling and artwork, or if I'm going to use that as like a goals type thing, my goal for the month or whatever, but I guess we'll find out in February if I put something behind there, or if I just left it all blank because I thought it looked cute. We'll know then. If that's the case, I won't do a Dutch door again. I'll put it all on one page. So for our next page here, I'm going to again paint another moth or butterfly, whichever. I don't even know anymore if it's a moth or a butterfly, but it was a super cute shape and I really enjoyed painting it. On the one side with a quote, and the other side will be the large calendar. So I'm going in with a lot of that cream color this time as opposed to the pink, and filling in the main parts of the wings with that cream color. Then I take my gold gel pen here. I will paint over this with Finetec later in the process, but I do like to put a gel pen base down just to let that gold watercolor really sparkle against the paper. I find on uncoated paper, it just makes it shine and is a lot more reflective than it is otherwise. Now we'll come in with our navy color, and I'm going to fill in the rest of that circle from the moon above our little winged thing. That's what I'm going to call it from now on. Adding a couple of spots to him, putting some navy on the tips of all of the wings, which I thought was a really pretty little touch. We'll fill in his body. It's going to be a little more navy on his wings yet as well. And then I'm going to outline all of the cream where the navy isn't with the gold pen. And then again, we'll go over that with the Finetec when we get to that point here. Finishing off his little antennae, pulling out the gold gel pen to do that base coat for the outline. And then I will pull out my Finetec here. You can see which gold color I use the most. It's the one I'm using in this layout. I think it's my favorite one. So again, I'm just taking that. I did reconstitute it and let it sit for a few minutes. It just allows it to be easier to get going and to have some nice shine and get lots of paint on your brush. Tracing over all of those gel lines, and then we'll just add our quote to the bottom of the page, which reads, "Be the flame, not the moth." And that's the end of that one. Now we're just going to use, I'm off camera, I'm sorry, I haven't filmed a lot of these, to make our little tiny calendar page here. I kept it small. I don't use these a whole lot. I do fill out like birthdays and when I have specific blog posts for cards and things on them. But for the most part, I use the weekly planners, the weekly pages, a lot more than the monthly. So I just tend to fill it out at the beginning and kind of ignore it for the most part, unless I need to work ahead. Here's our brain dump. This page I keep super simple. I write brain dump at the top and that's it, because I will fill it with doodles and writing and all sorts of things that come into my brain in the next month, because I need to put it somewhere or it all gets forgotten. And then on to our weeklies. So the first one here is the one I'm going to show you guys the entire setup for. Of course, it is only 3 days because it's just the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of the beginning of the new year. I run my weeks Monday to Sunday. And at the bottom, there's a little notes section. So these sections are 8 spaces high on the grid dot sheets with 1 space in between each one. I leave 2 at the top and 1 at the bottom on this one. I switch that when we get into the weeklies later. And then just some doodling. So I did a little like brush of tree or branch or twig or whatever you want to call it here. And I'm just outlining that and tracing over it with one of my Micron pens. And we will add a little bit of gouache to the butterfly or moth. It looks more like a moth this time, maybe. I don't know. A winged thing. I'm going back to winged thing. Winged thing works for me. I'm going to paint that up with some of our gouache and add a little bit to a few of the leaves in the little twig. Some cream for the center of the body, some navy. I brought the pink back for the top wing. I'll do the bottom wings with that navy blue. Figured I should put some more of that pink into this spread since it didn't come to the second moth or butterfly there. I left it out and used gold instead, that I should bring it back for the third one. Then navy on the bottom ones. Then we'll add some polka dots and a stripe down the middle of the body, all that fun stuff, a little bit of detail work. And that'll be it. I will show you guys the next page here when we're finished as to how I lay it out when I have the full week. On this one, I left the margin where I did the doodles near the center because it was just the half page. When you get to the full weekly, I leave it on the outside borders of each page, and my weekly layouts go into the center. You'll see it in pencil here in just a couple seconds. And that'll be how the rest of the month will be laid out. So next month, if I remember to film, and if this video does well enough that I think I should bother, you guys will see how I filled this one out, because I'll look back over this one and we'll do something fun for January. I don't know, maybe some plants or something. I really like houseplants. I have 100 and some of them in my house, so I have a problem. There you can see how the next one's laid out. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever it is to you and your family. And I will see you guys very soon in another video. Bye for now.